How do you use a vinyl player to sample? We're just clicking it. 1, that's a slice. 2, 3, 4, 5. It's going to give me on the MPC X or the Akai Force. Or if you follow this method, you're pretty much going to be able to sample on any of the Akai Pro hardware, because this is the last tutorial you'll have to watch. So to get started today, we're on the MPC X SE, and I'm literally going to show you probably the most quintessential functions of the MPC, sampling, right? You're here because you want to know how to sample, so let's get straight into it. So you got 2 cables here. You take your cords here, and they go exactly where you would suspect them to go. The red one goes into, if you notice here, it says input 3, 4. So that's input 3 and 4, representing your left and right. White representing the left, white and the white, red representing the right finger right here. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, and what is this? This is an incredible album, actually. The Waterfall by My Morning Jacket. Incredible album. What am I gonna grab? I don't know. What is this? Okay, Porgy and Bess. Miles Davis. Porgy and Bess, which is what we'll be starting with. Legendary album. You can go to your menu, and we are going to select the sampler. Once we've clicked on the sampler, we want to make sure we have the correct input. We're using input 3, 4. 3 and 4, which have the stereo right and left as we demonstrated. Now, we want to make sure that we have this monitor toggled here, and we can toggle the monitor on and off by hitting this button right here. So now that our monitor is toggled on, I like to use the slice function whenever I am sampling a record. So the slice function is very easy to use because each pad that you hit, or even you could stay on pad 1 and just keep tapping it. Each time you tap the pad, it's going to move forward to the next sample. Each pad represents a slice that you will be getting based on how many times you tap the pad. Now, once again, you can tap any pad to create your slices. Now, I've found a moment that I want to sample. I'm going to start the record and see if I can jump right in. And I'm going to initiate the sample before the record starts. That way you're going to catch the front of it. Now we have our hits. And each hit, like I said, is on the bank here based on how many times we sliced it. How many times we sliced it depends on how many times we hit the pad. So it looks like I have about, I got about 25 slices here. We could definitely use that. And remember that last, but before we even get there, I'm going to go ahead and change everything here just so we can avoid some copyright. So how do you change the tone of all of your samples and slices at once? If you notice, we're here, of course we're on our custom drum kit, which has all of our samples, right? So it's not even really a drum kit, but it is saved as a drum kit, saved as a drum program, a blank drum program, and the samples are spread out amongst the pads, much like a drum kit would be featured. And of course we could take these individual slices and put them on a drum kit specifically if we wanted to, but we're going to use all the samples and all the chops on one and try and demonstrate why this is a wise way to go. So let's say we want to change all the samples at once. We're going to double click on our waveform there, which is all of our slices, our sampled audio wave. We're going to hit this button right here. It looks like a compass. And we're going to select all. Now this means every pad and every slice is going to have an adjustment based on what we do right here. So if we're in here and we have all selected, you have to be careful with this though, because you can ruin some things here. So let's see here. Whatever I change here is going to change on everything. So let's reverse everything. This reverse feature might be dope on some of the pads, but not all of them. On some of the slices, but not all of them. So for now, now that we've changed the key on all the pads, I'm going to go to current on edit zones. Remember, it's this compass here with the pad symbol. Compass lives inside of it. That's your edit zone. And we went back to current. So now only what I currently have selected will be edited. And I think some of these might be dope if they were reversed. Let's reverse this one. Reverse this one. Reverse this one. Reverse this one. And of course, we can edit the region, how much of the sample is played also. Right here. But that's going to also affect the pad above it. Okay, very quickly, let's create a groove like that. Let's slow it down, maybe about 97. Faster. No, slower. 99. Let's try it again. A little faster maybe, and I want to bring in metronome 16. And also make sure our time correction is off. Excellent. And that is how you do it on the MPC X. I wanted to sample on the Akai Force also, but the Akai Force does not have a, I guess, it doesn't have the typical, I guess, I might be butchering this, but is it the RCA stereo connection? Like old school, remember how we used to hook up Super Nintendos And you know, you had that cable for the audio and Sega Genesis, even the N64 until they got that converter. You remember those things? Well, the Akai Force is not as true of a sampler as the MPC is. This is a recent discovery. Do you hear me? Do you hear me? I repeat, the Akai Force is not as strong of a sampler as the MPC X. I mean, who would have thought? Or even the MPC Live. Because I'm pretty sure if I look on the back of my MPC Live, I am going to get those inputs. I think. I'm pretty sure. Let me look real quick while we're here. So instead of ending the video because I can't sample on the MPC, or I'm sorry, because I can't sample on the Akai Force, you can sample on it. And yes, I am correct. This is just the MPC Live Gold Edition version 1 now. MPC Live version 1. But on the back, look, it has the phono input left and right for sampling from a vinyl player. The Akai Force is more for clips. Nevertheless, everything that I just taught you on the MPC X, you can do if you have the proper mixing setup for your vinyl player to go into the Akai Force. It doesn't mean the Akai Force can't do it. It's running the same OS that is on the MPC. It does have the sampler functionality. All I'm saying is, in terms of my hardware setup, I can't support it. So instead, I'm going to chop another beat for you very quickly. Let's chop one more. Just one more. Okay, here we go. Next record, My Morning Jacket. My Morning Jacket. Let's see what happens with this. I love this album. I made a sample chop of the last one that I got going right there. Pretty much just nailed it. Now I got a groove. I did it the same way. Remember, if you're on the MPC X, you can actually just press this button right here to access your sampler, right? You start the record. I'm gonna do a different one. One more. I'm not gonna sample this, but just to show you, we're on slice. We're just clicking it. 1, that's the slice. 2, 3, 4, 5. It's going to give me. But we were on the previous song, right? And we came up with this groove like this. So I came in here to the sample and I adjusted it. We're on the 4th semitone. We were originally down here. I brought it all the way up to the 4th semitone. And remember, to do that, we're going to go into our edit zone and we're going to select all. When you're done selecting all, make sure you select current, because look, I made this mistake earlier. Let me show you a mistake. We're on all right now, right? And we got all of our slices. Watch what happens if we accidentally change one slice when we have all slices selected. Boom, we got all pads selected, right? I accidentally changed this. Well, of course I did it on purpose for a demonstration, but look. Now everything is 7. That's not what we want. That's bad. Everything is 7 now. So remember, we're going to undo that. And remember not to do that. Okay? So when you're done with the adjustment that you made, which was me getting this over to, pardon me, the 4th semitone, you want to come over here and you want to go to current. Because maybe you want to do something else. But anyways, now that we have that established, I'm going to get a new groove here. why I'm being a perfectionist about this. I don't know why. It's cool. So you got that. That's a lot louder. Oh, Lord. I just realized what I did. I have to boost this. Okay, so that pretty much sums it up. That's how to use your vinyl player as a sampler on MPC. I chopped up 2. Now once you get your sample dialed in, you just want to expand upon that. So there you have it. That's how you do it. It's very simple. Remember, you use the slice method in order to make it very simple and effective and efficient and quick and easy. That is how to hook up your vinyl player to your MPC and sample with it. You want to know how to hook up your vinyl player to your MPC to sample with it. Well, look no further. You came to the right place. Subscribe for more videos if you want to see more tutorials on the MPC or the Akai Force, which we didn't really get into today. But remember this much, it's the same OS as MPC. It's running the exact same way. So if you can hook your vinyl player up to whatever setup, whatever mixer you have, it's the same thing. Everything that you're going to learn today can be applied to the MPC and the Akai Force. You just have to hook it up to the Akai Force with your mixer in whatever way that you do it. Or, you know, you don't even have to use a vinyl player. You could hook this up with your phone and the Akai Force or anything else with the right chords. See? Look, this goes into here. This goes into a 3.5. Now if you got a 3.5 connection, boom, you could run that on your Akai Force if you want. But that's it. That's everything. Thank you so much. Please subscribe for more. Let me know if you have any more questions about tutorials that I should be creating in the future for the MPC X or the MPC Live or the Akai Force. And I'll make that tutorial. But I wanted to start from the basics. What's next on the menu for the MPC tutorials? I believe next, if we're not going to be digging into the samples that I have sampled, I will save this as samples. Wait a second. It's 2025. We're going to save this as samples 10, 10, 25. Boom. All right, so that's saved. So what's next on the list? Next on the list, I want to do just a complete overview on MPC 3.6 on the MPC. Just go through everything, just like a very long form, just camera over the top of the MPC and just show it all, really show it all, because I haven't ever given my tutorial on just the hardware alone of the MPC X. And later we will be digging more into these samples and flipping the samples. I'll dig more into how to reverse samples or change the pitch and why that is beneficial. And we'll also work on completing these samples, completing beats, how to make complete songs out of your samples. So that's all coming soon. If you like these tutorials, and of course I'll be running my mouth talking more about hardware and everything else, and it's all going to continue to go. And if you like cameras, I'm going to be getting into some tutorials on that as well, how I do this camera setup and everything else. But thank you so much for subscribing, because you just hit the subscribe button, and drop a comment. Let me know how you feeling. Do you want some of these sounds? I can get them to you. Thank you so much. Peace, peace. See you later. Adios. Going to the real world. Peace.